Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2022 with Grober Games. We're back here in Elm Creek. Last episode we just kind of watched myself combine and I talked a little bit about my past experiences and the first combine I ever rode in and such. So we got all our wheat harvested. As you probably already tell, we're here at the shop. I decided that it's been long enough. We're gonna do a bunch of baling contracts this episode. We're about 11:30, so we're gonna be pushing it on time. I already got the truck and flatbed hooked up and sent up that way, and I also got the rake and tedder sent up that way with our loader on the tractor. So we're gonna hop into this vent here. We're gonna get the mowers hooked up here, get to mowing right away, and then when we get our first field done, we'll get some hired help here and get them going on tethering everything, and we'll send this I think we'll end up sending, well, maybe we'll start tethering ourselves and then we'll move on to the next field and let someone take over for that one, and then we'll start raking, and then we'll eventually come back and have to pick up the baler and get the baling done. But like I said, I got the flatbed trailer sent up there already. I don't feel like there's gonna be a whole lot going on this episode, but I feel like picking up a few extra contracts here will get some extra income in here, and I'm thinking in long terms of thing. I think we're gonna buy the next field this fall maybe, and see if we can rep the subsoiler again or the chisel from Chuck, and expand the two fields together and make one bigger field. And I think that I've lost my train of thought there. The message about the AI worker kind of distracted me. And I think we're gonna end up renting a rock picker. We'll have to end up renting a rock picker too when we combine the fields. I'm gonna combine them and kind of give a little bit more of a ground coverage, not ground coverage, but open up a little more ground for crop production there. And I think after that, I think we're gonna look into investing into maybe some chickens, or chickens or sheep. I think chickens will be a little easier for us to get started in, I feel like. We'll clip that there. But yeah, I think chickens will be a little bit easier for us to get our start in. Or that one. Oh, I realize I'm not even in the right field. Okay. Got all these patches of hay grounds up here we gotta do. Probably help if I went into the right field, but first, I'm gonna move the tractor here. Back it up the side of the road here so it's out of the way. Kind of a crazy looking contraption when you got everything attached, but I figured it'd save us a trip. But yeah, I think we're gonna invest into a bigger chicken barn. Hopefully we'll have enough income. And I'm planning right now to hang on to our wheat that we harvested as of right now, just so that way we'll have some feed ready to go for when we buy our first set of chickens. And then I think we're gonna plant barley when we make the new bigger field. And I think that, well, the reason I'm going with barley because it looks like I think it's gonna yield a little bit better than the wheat does, even though it's not as lucrative if I need to sell some to make some money. But I think we're gonna end up feeding out all of it anyways, because my plan is right now I want to buy one of the biggest chicken barns that we can, so that way we can be set up in a really good spot. I haven't quite figured out where I'm gonna put it yet. I'm leaning towards the front yard, up towards the field, the little field where we got the greenhouse. I think we'll put it towards the opposite corner of that greenhouse there. And we might actually end up picking up another greenhouse too and setting it right next to that one. I think is what my plan is now too. Maybe we'll do that over the winter, is put up another greenhouse there, since it's gonna cost more to put up the chicken barn. And that way we'll still have some income flowing from the greenhouse. I haven't checked on the produce prices of late, and I really should. But from what I've seen so far, it looks like hanging on to them till winter is kind of key for making the most out of our income on that. Kind of cutting this field in an odd way. You have to pardon me. But yeah, I think from here we'll go into the time lapse. I think, provided if it doesn't run too long, I don't think it'll take us too terribly long to do these couple of fields. I don't think it will. I'll probably try to show my loading skills on here. They're not the greatest compared to a lot of others, but I don't think they're the worst. So, but yeah, we'll go into the time lapse for here. If anything happens in between, I'll kind of stop and explain myself, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, got that baling contract all done. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, at least this time, but compared to the massive field and all the other headaches I had in that one just took way too long for my liking. But looks like we got a pretty decent haul between all three customers. We got 10 bales. So I had a thought while I was baling, and I thought we could probably invest into sheep instead if we wanted to. If we keep doing baling contracts, because we always have a few bales left over. We could just, and that could be just how we get our hay slash grass for feed for our sheep for first while. But thing I want to look at before I commit to that is the price of a good sized sheep barn. I know that you can buy like a sheep pasture, but I kind of rather would stay away from that personally, just because I would like to start with something a little bigger, you know, than the little pasture. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just my preference type thing. So, but we're here at our first stop. I'm gonna do a little cheating here. Normally places that take in hay will have their own loader and such, but since this is farming simulator and you gotta have your own equipment, we're just gonna do this here. Well, there's our first contract done. See how many bales we have left over, because we can store these in the barn, or we can put them in the lean-to. I think the lean-to on the barn. Excuse me. I'm kind of half tempted to put them in the lean-to, especially if we could just start stockpiling a few. We could have a good amount of feed ready for when we decided to invest into the sheep, if we decided to go that route. Then I could plant something else instead of barley in that field, because it's basically as soon as we would get done combining, we would have to instantly turn around and turn around and start getting our tillage done and get it planted right away, which we don't have that much ground. It'd be something very easy and feasible for us to do. It's just that on a stress level, I'd be like, okay, if we get a good contract, if our neighbor wants us to help out with a good sized contract again, we could always just help them out. And then we wouldn't have to worry about trying to get stuff done. Granted, we could always hire help, but it doesn't have to be that way. So there we go. Got 4 bales left, so that's 1,800 liters? Oh, 18,000 liters? 1,800. So just out of curiosity, nothing really good on the market again. Kind of a small spreader. Yeah, we have no manure to haul yet. What does a barn cost? That's cattle. 51,000 for 25 head sheep barn. But we could actually first 79,000 for a modern chicken coop. Granted, we could always go with that one, but I kind of want to stick with the modern style one. 51,000. Maybe that's what we'll do instead, investing into new ground. Maybe we'll just invest into sheep barn instead and get 25 sheep. Oh. Biggest barn is 97,065. I will have to think on that, because collect our income for our contracts. They take grass or hay. It seems like we can always get quite a good amount of haying contracts. Especially if we do those little fields and we always end up with about this amount. I think I'm gonna have to leave that for as a thought for next episode. You'll see it then. I just want you. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'll sit here and think about it for a few minutes. Well, I think this is the end of this episode anyways. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe on. I got a process of uploading the videos already. Trying to keep my best to keep the schedule as my wife allows it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.